Hi everyone, we're going to show you in this video by modifying your trail skills by just a little bit will enhance your e-bike experience. Chris is a classic, trying to maintain, leave it a minute, trying to maintain flow whilst trying to preserve your bike. So you could take your mech off, you could bend your pedal, or maybe worse, right?
Yeah, if you hang up on this with your pedal or anything, you're going out the front door, and that's not a good way to end your day.
Yeah. How to avoid?
I think telltale signs are always marks on the rock, because a lot of people have probably come down here, done the same thing. All you're wanting to do is get your back wheel out of the way.
Yeah. Marks are bad, number one. Marks are bad.
Marks are bad.
So what's the key skill and what's the technique to get moving your back wheel?
So basically, obviously, if you just come around here, all you're doing is dragging your bike and everything across this.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is get a nice arc with your front wheel and getting the back wheel over and out of the way of danger.
So 6 inches to a foot to 2 feet?
Depending on the technique and the trail.
Yeah, how do you do it?
So what I'd do, I'd say there's two things that you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
You're going to be essentially unweighting your back wheel.
Yeah.
That's with suspension, compressing down and shifting your body weight over.
Yeah.
And a little bit of front brake.
Like a little bit?
A little
dab.
bit, depending on obviously the surface.
And I think this is a skill you can learn in a car park and do, you can just learn to move that back wheel.
Absolutely.
A bit of hip movement, isn't it?
Driveway, road, car park.
There you go.
Simple.
Chris, nothing more simple than basic line choice whilst going up a hill. It could mean the difference between success or failure. You could have the back wheel sliding in there. Can you just illustrate what we're talking here? We're talking probably like 100 mil to 150 mil,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah. So for instance, like if you're coming up here and your front wheel is following the trail, your back wheel is coming straight into this. That's it. You're pretty much done, you know, even for a good rider. But
so go like 6 inches, 150 mil to the left.
So then if you're coming in and you just bring your front wheel that last little bit further, 6 inch, then you're straight in with
it's
your back
crazy,
wheel.
isn't it? It's that fine a margin, isn't it?
Yeah, just about making conscious decisions when you're climbing.
Yeah, and it's just about looking ahead, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. Reading
Wow.
the terrain.
I couldn't actually believe it's that narrow a margin.
So this, another classic trail obstacle, logged down in the trail. So even though this is only probably 200 mil high, if you just try to ride over it, especially with your weight on that, your motor's going to take some abuse. So we're trying to try to avoid that, and this is how. So I guess the first thing you could do, if you don't want to get off your bike completely, is just walk it over with your foot, body, bike intact. Simple option, the most common, front wheel on, transferring weight, back wheel over. And if you want to miss it completely, just jump it.
Hell, it's just nuts. It's just crazy. I just don't understand how it can be so weightless. And of course, if you want to progress your skill to another level, this has literally just blown my mind. This is almost waist height, and he's got over it. How on earth do you do that?
Just technique, Steve, and practice. Start small, go big.
Yeah, but come on, it seems weightless. So you've got 26 kilos, you've got 85 kilos, but it just seems just like helium. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sometimes quite hard to really fathom out, really, but like it's a completely different technique to going over a small log where you're transferring your weight from back to front. What you're actually doing is hitting it quite low with your front, and that is just forcing the whole bike up.
Right. Just going boosh up.
Exactly. Boosh up.
Boosh up. There you go. Boosh up.
So what we got here is another pretty common thing you're going to find on your trail, just your basic step. This happens to be a little bit uphill, so what we're trying to achieve, we want to keep it as square as possible. Don't try to go in from an angle, because that's just going to make life a lot more difficult. Square as possible. So as it's uphill, gear choice is pretty important, but that's the same on flat, so don't worry about that. But what you want to do, you don't want a too low a gear or too high a gear, but it's just trial and error and having the good speed and being able to accelerate. So what I'd normally try to do is, if we're coming in at a good pace pedaling, just before you're hitting the step, I normally try to compose myself, so stop pedaling and then last minute start again, picking the front wheel up like in a wheelie, transferring your weight from back to front, right away to glory. And remember, a lot of these motors nowadays have a little bit of overrun, so that's going to help you when you stop pedaling, just that, give you that extra little kick.
There you go, folks. 6 very simple skills to enable you to get the very best out of your e-mountain bike. Rear wheel steering, front wheel steering, logs, extreme logs, and steps. Chris, we really just talked about, like, you know, a matter of centimeters one way or the other to enable you to keep your flow on a trail, right?
That's all it is. I think it's just like a lot of people, obviously, like, it's the thing, they switch your brain off, go for a ride, forget about your troubles. What you're doing, really, you want to be thinking about just line choice. That's what it's just a little bit more like, you know, being a bit more savvy and just processing things a little bit quickly, you know, picking your line choice, and you're just going to get more out of your ride.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, it will enable you to, especially on climbing, you'll get up that climb, you'll go 100 meters, you'll go 200, 400, it links things together, and then you're on a full riding experience, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Just that little bit more thought into where you're putting your wheels, it's just going to get you so much more out of your ride.
There you go, folks. Thanks so much to Chris Akrigg for showing us that masterclass.